Deep beneath the rolling hills of southeastern Turkey lies a place older than the pyramids, older than Stonehenge, and older, perhaps, than civilization itself. Göbekli Tepe, its stone pillars etched with enigmatic carvings, has long teased archaeologists and historians alike, whispering secrets that refuse to yield to conventional timelines. Torches flicker in subterranean tunnels, shadows stretching across walls where ancient hands once worked in secrecy. Every sealed chamber, every carved relief, seems to pulse with a story that defies logic, daring us to question what we thought we knew about human origins. Could these hidden rooms, untouched for millennia, contain evidence capable of rewriting history? Scholars debate feverishly, yet the deeper truth remains elusive, hovering in the dim light of discovery and imagination. As we prepare to venture into these sacred spaces, one question lingers in the mind: what lies beneath the surface, waiting to shatter our understanding of the ancient world? The story of Göbekli Tepe begins almost 12,000 years ago, at a time when the world was still recovering from the last ice age. Mainstream archaeology tells us that humans were simple hunter-gatherers, wandering bands of nomads eking out an existence from the land. Farming, cities, and monumental architecture were still millennia away. And yet, here, atop a hill in southeastern Turkey, lies evidence that challenges everything we thought we knew about our ancestors. Massive stone pillars rise from the earth in circular enclosures, each one meticulously carved with strange animals, abstract symbols, and enigmatic figures. How could people, with no known permanent settlements or metal tools, have engineered something so monumental? Science tries to rationalize it. Archaeologists argue that Göbekli Tepe was built by small, cooperative communities over centuries, perhaps as a ceremonial site. They date the structures to around 9,600 BCE, a time when humans were supposedly too primitive for large-scale construction. These theories rely on slow, incremental work and incredible patience, but even then, the precision of the carvings, the scale of the pillars, and the apparent planning required stretch credibility. Could it really be the product of hunter-gatherers, or does it hint at a level of sophistication that predates what history allows? Adding to the mystery is the symbolism etched into the stones. Predatory animals, serpents, and abstract motifs seem deliberately chosen, almost like a coded language. What did these creatures mean to the builders? Were they protective spirits, representations of myths, or messages for some forgotten generation? Every carving, every placement seems intentional, suggesting not random decoration but a profound cultural or spiritual purpose. Some researchers have even proposed that these enclosures were the first temples ever built, a glimpse into the earliest human drive to create sacred spaces. Yet, mainstream interpretations struggle to explain the why behind Göbekli Tepe. There are no permanent settlements nearby, no signs of agriculture to sustain large groups, no clear evidence of trade networks that could support such a labor force. The site itself defies conventional timelines. While the world below it remained nomadic, here was a civilization, or at least a highly organized social collective, undertaking an ambitious, symbolic project of monumental scale. It's as if someone, or some group, already knew the blueprint for society long before history officially began. This tension between established science and the enigmatic reality of Göbekli Tepe has fueled speculation for decades. Fringe theories suggest that perhaps survivors of a lost civilization, people whose knowledge predates recorded history, guided these early builders. Others whisper of ancient knowledge, passed down through secretive lines, that allowed humanity to achieve feats thought impossible. Could Göbekli Tepe be the remnant of a forgotten world, a place where myths and reality blur? Whatever the explanation, the hilltop tells a story of human ambition, ingenuity, and perhaps something deeper, an urge to reach beyond the ordinary, to carve meaning into the stone itself. It is a reminder that our understanding of civilization is incomplete, that the line between myth and history is thinner than we might think. And as we dig deeper, both literally and figuratively, each discovery at Göbekli Tepe challenges our assumptions about what it means to be human, forcing us to reconsider the origins of culture, faith, and collective memory. As the morning sun creeps over the Anatolian plateau, the sheer scale of Göbekli Tepe becomes impossible to ignore. Towering above the dry, rocky soil are the T-shaped pillars, some reaching over 5 meters, carved from local limestone with an artistry that seems almost impossible for a society thought to be nomadic hunters. Their surfaces are etched with an astonishing array of animals, lions, foxes, snakes, vultures, scorpions, and wild boars, all frozen in mid-motion. It is as if a prehistoric bestiary had been summoned to life, each figure telling a story that has been silent for thousands of years. The carvings are more than decoration, they are a language of symbols whose meanings remain tantalizingly out of reach. Some pillars bear abstract patterns, circles, and lines that seem deliberate, hinting at mathematical or astronomical significance. Scholars have proposed that these carvings align with solstices, equinoxes, or star constellations, suggesting that Göbekli Tepe was not merely a ceremonial site but a celestial observatory of a lost epoch. Alternative historians push the theory further. Could these reliefs be encoded warnings, cosmic calendars, or records of cataclysms, echoes of an ancient memory humanity has largely forgotten? Consider the fox, etched with such precision it seems ready to leap from the stone. In local mythology, foxes are tricksters, liminal beings that traverse worlds. Was this pillar a moral warning, a mythological tale, or a guide to understanding natural cycles? And the vultures, ever watchful in the carvings, may symbolize death, transformation, or cosmic judgment. Every detail invites speculation, compelling the observer to wonder whether Göbekli Tepe is a canvas of human imagination or a meticulously crafted repository of forbidden knowledge. Scientists often approach these interpretations with caution. Archaeologists argue that the carvings represent ritualistic art, a symbolic language of early human belief systems. To them, these animals are not mere records of reality but expressions of spirituality, early humans struggling to comprehend life, death, and the forces they could neither control nor fully understand. But the precision, scale, and repetition of patterns suggest a knowledge that transcends simple symbolism. Were these pillars also teaching tools, astronomical markers, or memory devices for an otherwise illiterate society? The enigma deepens when one considers the hidden chambers beneath the main circles. Excavations have revealed pits and cavities, hinting at spaces that may have held even more secrets. Could these voids contain artifacts that would finally decode the carvings, a Göbekli Rosetta Stone that bridges myth and history? Every unanswered question amplifies the mystery, each carving seems to whisper, to beckon the viewer closer, yet simultaneously guards its ultimate meaning with an impenetrable silence. Göbekli Tepe challenges assumptions about early human societies. It suggests that long before agriculture, before cities, humans were capable of conceptualizing and executing monumental architecture rich in symbolism and astronomical insight. The T-shaped pillars, carved with an intensity that rivals modern art, speak across millennia, confronting us with questions about memory, knowledge, and the lost capabilities of our ancestors. The whispers from stone are both a puzzle and an invitation, to see the past not just as a chronology of survival but as a complex tapestry of thought, belief, and cosmic curiosity. As we step back from these towering pillars, one truth becomes clear: Göbekli Tepe is not a site that yields its secrets easily. Every animal, every symbol, every line carved into these stones is a fragment of a story that may forever elude full understanding. Yet in that very mystery lies its power, an enduring testament to human ingenuity, imagination, and the eternal quest to decipher the cosmos. Beneath the sun-scorched terraces of Göbekli Tepe lies a secret that has tantalized researchers and conspiracy theorists alike. What if the site is more than a collection of monumental pillars? Recent surveys using ground-penetrating radar, GPR, have unveiled strange anomalies hidden beneath the layers of soil and stone. Echoes of subterranean spaces, chambers, cavities, and stone-blocked passages have emerged on the digital scans, suggesting a network of spaces untouched for thousands of years. Archaeologists tread lightly here. They see these anomalies as potential structural voids, perhaps related to construction techniques, ritual purposes, or simply natural cavities. Each radar signature is meticulously mapped, measured, and cross-referenced with existing excavations. There is no rush. The risk of collapsing ancient structures or disturbing contextually crucial layers is too high. Every step into the unknown must be deliberate, cautious, methodical. Yet outside the official channels, imagination runs wild. Alternative researchers and fringe theorists interpret these hidden spaces as gateways to the unknown. Could they be burial vaults, holding the remains of individuals of extraordinary significance, their bodies and artifacts entombed beneath stone for eternity? Or perhaps treasure rooms, stashes of gold, obsidian, or ceremonial objects deliberately concealed from the world above? Some go further, suggesting these chambers are time capsules, deliberately sealed by the builders to preserve knowledge, waiting for a future civilization ready to uncover it. The radar scans are enigmatic. Some cavities appear rectangular, meticulously shaped as if carved to precise dimensions. Others are irregular, natural hollows potentially used for storage or ritual purposes. Stone-blocked passages hint at deliberate closure, their positions too strategic to be accidental. The patterns challenge archaeologists. Why expend so much effort to hide spaces deep underground? And why leave them undiscovered for over 11,000 years? As GPR technology improves, new layers of the mystery surface. Three-dimensional models of the subsurface reveal interconnecting voids, like veins threading beneath the monumental pillars. Some researchers suggest these could have been ritual pathways, where only initiates would tread, navigating by flickering torchlight through hidden corridors. The idea is provocative. Göbekli Tepe not merely a ceremonial site, but a labyrinthine temple complex, part open-air sanctuary, part sealed subterranean sanctum. Skeptics, however, urge caution. Soil shifts, erosion, and the natural settling of millennia can produce anomalies that mimic chambers. Not every shadow or depression is a secret room. Many of the GPR readings remain ambiguous, their true nature unknown without careful excavation, and even then, some might never be fully understood. This is the delicate tension at Göbekli Tepe, the interplay between scientific restraint and speculative wonder. Yet, the very possibility of sealed chambers beneath the site feeds the imagination. Documentaries and articles speculate wildly: hidden libraries containing the earliest human writings, ritual artifacts too sacred to reveal, or even objects of astronomical knowledge encoded in stone. The allure is irresistible, a hidden world beneath a site already shrouded in mystery, whispering secrets that might reshape our understanding of prehistory. As night falls over the terraces, one can almost imagine the builders walking beneath their pillars, torches casting shadows against stone walls of secret chambers, their purpose and content still veiled in millennia of silence. Whether the anomalies will ever yield their treasures, or if some secrets are meant to remain buried forever, remains one of the most tantalizing enigmas of Göbekli Tepe. For centuries, humanity has been haunted by whispers of knowledge deliberately hidden from ordinary eyes, secrets too potent, too dangerous, or too revolutionary for the masses. Across civilizations, from the Sumerians of Mesopotamia to the sages of Atlantis, myths speak of keepers of knowledge, guardians of wisdom that could reshape reality itself. Some claim these guardians encoded their secrets into texts, monuments, and even underground chambers, awaiting the day humanity would be ready, or worthy, to uncover them. Could the newly discovered chambers beneath Göbekli Tepe be one such vault, sealed to protect truths that challenge everything we know about our past? Sumerian tablets speak of the Anunnaki, beings of extraordinary intelligence who imparted knowledge to early humans, shaping civilization in ways we are only beginning to glimpse. Atlantean legends tell of a highly advanced society, its wisdom hidden from later generations after a cataclysm. And flood myths from every corner of the globe hint at survivors carrying not just memories but technologies, astronomical charts, and perhaps even philosophical systems far beyond their time. These recurring patterns across cultures suggest a common theme: knowledge exists that exceeds the accepted historical record, perhaps deliberately obscured. Science, of course, remains skeptical. Archaeologists argue that the chambers beneath Göbekli Tepe were practical, perhaps ritualistic or funerary, and dismiss claims of forbidden knowledge as fanciful. Yet, the allure of what could lie within refuses to fade. Could these spaces hold star maps predating our earliest astronomical charts? Advanced tools or schematics that predate metallurgy or sophisticated engineering? Or records of humanity's true origins, erased by time, war, and the sands of neglect? The gaps in our knowledge, the missing links, and the anomalies that stubbornly resist explanation create fertile ground for speculation, and for wonder. Legends often describe the danger inherent in such knowledge. In Sumerian myth, those who sought to wield forbidden wisdom unprepared were punished, sometimes fatally. Could the heavy stone doors and labyrinthine passages at Göbekli Tepe be not just protection from the elements but deliberate safeguards, a warning to the uninitiated? The mystery tantalizes because it is framed in contrast. Science demands evidence, while myth demands imagination. Where one sees empty chambers or ritual spaces, the other sees vaults of human potential, waiting patiently to be discovered. As we ponder the forbidden knowledge theory, the tension between fact and speculation drives the imagination. Whether these chambers conceal advanced technology, star charts, or cryptic records of human history, the very possibility challenges the linear timeline we take for granted. And while skepticism keeps us grounded, curiosity pulls us closer to the edge of discovery, whispering that what lies beneath Göbekli Tepe might not just rewrite history, it might reveal secrets humanity was never meant to forget. Göbekli Tepe has long been wrapped in layers of mystery and speculation, but mainstream archaeology steps in with a voice of caution and rigor. To many experts, the site is a monumental ritual complex, not a residential settlement. The intricate T-shaped pillars, carved with animals and abstract symbols, were not built for daily life, they were built for ceremonies, gatherings, and spiritual expression. Archaeologists argue that the hidden chambers discovered beneath the surface are likely storage pits, natural cavities, or features related to ritual activities rather than secret vaults filled with treasures or forbidden knowledge. Every excavation, every layer of soil carefully removed, tells a story of human intent and effort, yet it is a story written in nuance. Radiocarbon dating places Göbekli Tepe at around 9600 BCE, predating Stonehenge by thousands of years. Such precision in construction, with massive stone pillars weighing up to 20 tons, demands a level of organization and social cohesion that challenges previous notions of hunter-gatherer communities. Scholars emphasize that the complexity of the site does not necessarily indicate lost civilizations or extraterrestrial influence, it demonstrates early human ingenuity, ambition, and a profound spiritual or symbolic understanding of their world. Yet, the scientific perspective does not dismiss the oddities entirely. The deliberately buried layers, for instance, remain a puzzle. Around 8000 BCE, the entire site appears to have been intentionally covered with soil, a phenomenon rare in archaeological contexts. Why would a thriving center of ritual and culture be deliberately hidden? Mainstream researchers propose practical explanations. Burying structures could have been part of a ritual closure, a way to honor the sacred spaces, or a method of preservation against natural decay. Others suggest social or environmental pressures may have necessitated abandonment. Despite the rational explanations, tension lingers. The sealed chambers, the hidden cavities, and the sudden disappearance of activity leave space for speculation. Even as science grounds the narrative in fact, it cannot entirely erase the allure of what might lie beneath. Could there have been knowledge or artifacts deemed too powerful, too sacred, to reveal? Or is the mystery simply a human craving to find patterns, secrets, and narratives where none were intended? In balancing fact against speculation, Göbekli Tepe becomes a stage where both rational inquiry and imagination converge. Archaeologists provide careful measurements, painstaking records, and evidence-based interpretations, yet the site's enigmatic energy continues to provoke wonder. It is this tension, the clash between disciplined science and the human thirst for the unknown, that keeps the story alive. As the layers of soil and stone reveal fragments of the past, the question remains, why was it all buried so deliberately, and what does that act say about the people who built it? Science explains much, but the final whispers of Göbekli Tepe remain tantalizingly beyond reach, inviting us to look deeper and question further. The story of Göbekli Tepe becomes even more astonishing when we consider the possibility of a cosmic catastrophe. Around 12,800 years ago, the Earth may have faced a sudden, devastating event, a comet or meteor impact that sent shockwaves across the globe. Scientists call this the Younger Dryas impact hypothesis. Evidence suggests it triggered abrupt climate changes, widespread wildfires, and even mass extinctions. Entire ecosystems were thrown into chaos, and for early human societies, the consequences would have been nothing short of apocalyptic. Göbekli Tepe stands as a silent witness to that turbulent era. Could its enigmatic carvings and massive stone pillars hold encoded memories of this catastrophe? Some researchers argue that the animals etched into the stones, the scorpions, foxes, lions, and vultures, might represent constellations or signs, chronicling the disasters that befell the world above and below. Every symbol, every relief could be a warning or a record, a cryptic story designed to endure through the ages. Alternative theorists suggest an even more provocative idea: the sealed chambers discovered beneath the site might contain evidence that humanity itself barely survived this cosmic upheaval. Could these rooms have been deliberately concealed, a time capsule meant for future generations to discover only when we were ready to understand the cataclysm? Some speculate these vaults could hide tools, records, or even sacred knowledge meant to preserve the memory of what almost destroyed early civilization. Yet the scientific community approaches these ideas with caution. Radiocarbon dating of the pillars and nearby hearths shows intense human activity just after the proposed impact period. Archaeologists caution against reading too much into symbolism without solid evidence, reminding us that correlation is not causation. Still, the alignment of certain carvings, combined with the abrupt changes in settlement patterns during that era, raises questions too compelling to ignore. Göbekli Tepe's placement on the Anatolian plateau might also be significant. Perched high above the surrounding plains, the site could have served as a refuge or observatory, a vantage point for watching celestial events or environmental changes in real time. Perhaps the builders were not only architects and ritualists but also chroniclers of the sky, recording the very events that reshaped the planet. Whether the pillars encode a cosmic disaster or simply celebrate the natural world, the possibility of a cataclysm leaves a chilling impression. It transforms Göbekli Tepe from a mysterious temple into a potential archive of survival, warning, and remembrance, a monument not just to human ingenuity, but to humanity's fragile existence in the face of forces far beyond our control. Across the sands of time, civilizations have always whispered of knowledge too dangerous, or too profound, to reveal. Göbekli Tepe, with its massive stone pillars etched with enigmatic symbols, seems to echo that same impulse. Just as the Library of Alexandria held the sum of human wisdom, only to vanish in a single, catastrophic fire, or the Mayan codices recorded celestial secrets that survived centuries of conquest and neglect, Göbekli Tepe may be a vault of truths deliberately concealed. The question that haunts archaeologists and dreamers alike is whether these chambers beneath the earth hold the same type of knowledge, myth transformed into reality. Consider the Egyptian mystery schools, where initiates were guided through teachings meant to unlock hidden layers of consciousness, only to have these secrets fade into allegory for the masses. Across continents, across eras, humans have repeatedly felt compelled to guard their deepest revelations, whether through coded texts, buried treasures, or subterranean sanctuaries. The sealed chambers beneath Göbekli Tepe fit seamlessly into this pattern. Are they simply functional spaces for ancient rituals, or are they deliberately designed memory banks, safeguarding something humanity is not yet ready to understand? Speculation dances dangerously close to obsession here. Some theorists imagine that the carvings, animals, abstract symbols, star maps, encode knowledge of cosmic events, lost technologies, or even messages from a civilization older than history itself can record. Others caution against romanticizing. We may be projecting myths onto a prehistoric temple whose purpose is ultimately mundane, yet the allure of hidden wisdom refuses to be silenced. What makes Göbekli Tepe particularly compelling is its timing. Constructed around 9600 BCE, it predates the rise of cities, writing, and organized states. Its very existence challenges the linear narrative of human progress, hinting that the ancients may have known more than we give them credit for. In this sense, the temple, and its secret chambers, becomes a mirror reflecting the persistent human desire to preserve knowledge beyond the reach of time, war, and forgetfulness. Perhaps, in those dark, sealed spaces, the boundary between myth and memory blurs. Legends that once seemed fanciful may find a home in stone, waiting silently beneath the earth. And as we probe these mysteries, we are forced to confront a humbling possibility: the past was not always simpler, and the ancients may have understood a world far richer, and far stranger, than our textbooks allow. Göbekli Tepe today is a landscape of careful precision and relentless curiosity. Modern archaeologists, armed with advanced tools and centuries of accumulated knowledge, move methodically across the site. Every sweep of the brush, every probe into the soil, is weighed against the risk of disturbing a structure that has endured over 11,000 years. Here, science dances with patience, revealing fragments of a story that refuses to be rushed. Stone carvings emerge from the earth like whispers from a forgotten era, each depicting animals, abstract symbols, or figures whose meaning teeters between the sacred and the cryptic. The site's very design challenges conventional timelines, forcing experts to reconsider the origins of organized ritual and monumental construction. Yet, behind this measured pace, a current of speculation pulses through the research community. Some archaeologists quietly entertain the possibility that the site conceals chambers still untouched, rooms sealed for millennia. Ground-penetrating radar hints at cavities beneath the surface, enigmatic voids that tease the imagination. Could they be burial vaults, repositories of forgotten knowledge, or something even more extraordinary, evidence that human civilization's roots reach deeper than we have dared to imagine? Each new discovery provokes both awe and debate: to dig or to preserve, to reveal or to wait. Institutional caution often clashes with the insatiable desire to uncover truths that might redefine history. Beyond the laboratories and grids, whispers of conspiracy and wonder circulate. Some speculate that governments or academic institutions deliberately slow progress, a subtle hand guiding what is allowed into the public consciousness. Are these restrictions merely protective, aimed at preserving fragile relics, or are they part of a larger narrative, one that questions what humanity is ready to know? The tension between transparency and secrecy adds a layer of intrigue, coloring the excavation with a psychological drama that rivals the physical challenge of unearthing millennia-old stone. As machines map the subterranean terrain and researchers pore over every fragment, the excavation is also a story of human ambition and intellectual daring. Every careful decision carries weight. A misstep could erase history, but patience may yet yield revelations beyond imagination. The ongoing work at Göbekli Tepe is not merely archaeology, it is a confrontation with time itself. Every uncovered symbol, every unearthed pillar, every hinted-at chamber pushes the boundaries of understanding, suggesting that the past is far more complex and mysterious than the textbooks admit. And so, the question lingers: what will happen if one day a sealed door is opened, and what lies inside does not fit the timeline we were taught? Will it be a discovery of incredible knowledge or an enigma that deepens the mystery? For now, the excavation continues, each day blending meticulous science with the pulse of human curiosity, walking the delicate line between what is known and what is unimaginable. The world watches, waits, and wonders. Göbekli Tepe is more than just a cluster of ancient stones, it is a puzzle carved into the earth, a silent witness to a time when humans first dared to reach beyond survival and touch the divine. As we stand at the edge of its enclosures, tracing the spirals and beasts etched into the monolithic pillars, we are confronted with a humbling truth: we are looking at a civilization that predates everything we thought we knew about human history. The more archaeologists uncover, the more the site seems less like a mere temple and more like a deliberate message sent across millennia. Beneath the soil, the hidden chambers remain a tantalizing secret. Ground-penetrating radar has revealed voids, corridors, and stone-blocked rooms that have slept untouched for thousands of years. We can only speculate what lies within: sacred relics, ancient manuscripts, perhaps even knowledge lost to time. Mainstream science urges caution, reminding us that every cavity could be a simple storage pit or an architectural necessity. Yet, imagination whispers a more profound possibility: that Göbekli Tepe was designed with foresight, a time capsule for a future that could understand its purpose. This tension between fact and speculation is what makes Göbekli Tepe mesmerizing. Every carved figure, every circle of stone, every hidden cavity challenges our assumptions about prehistoric humans. Did they possess knowledge we can no longer access? Were they chronicling a history we are only beginning to glimpse? Or were they, in some unknowable way, communicating with something far greater than themselves? As we ponder these questions, a chilling yet exhilarating realization settles in: the past is not entirely behind us. It waits, patient and silent, beneath our feet, reminding us that human history is far more complex and mysterious than textbooks reveal. Perhaps the ultimate secret of Göbekli Tepe is not what it contains, but what it demands of us: curiosity, humility, and the courage to accept that some answers may forever elude us. And so, as we leave the shadows of its pillars and the echoes of hidden chambers, we carry with us a haunting thought: maybe history is not just a story of what has been, it is a living puzzle, waiting for those bold enough to piece it together. Göbekli Tepe is not merely an archaeological site, it is a doorway to the unknown, and through that doorway, the human imagination must follow.